Hi, I'm Rabbi Rami Shapiro, and I want to talk to you for a couple of moments about my new book with Turner called Surrendered, the Sacred Art. This is the second book I've written about 12-step, also with Turner, and it deals deeply with the very notion that is at the heart of 12-step recovery, and that is surrendering your life, turning your life over to a higher power, to God as you understand God. And I look at this from a deeply philosophical and spiritual perspective. God as you understand God is, in a sense, simply your ego. It's just your notion of God. Turning your life over to something that you yourself have imagined, if not invented, is really not turning your life over to anything at all. It's simply another way that the ego manages to subtly, or not so subtly, stay in control, or at least maintain the illusion of control, because at the heart of the book is this notion: you are not in control. At the heart of 12-step spirituality is Bill Wilson's challenge to us, where he says, stop playing God, stop being in control, stop managing your life in that absolutist sense, and learn to simply live with the flow of everyday chaos, the flow of just the wildness and the madness of our lives, and not try to control it, not try to make it go the way your ego wants it to go, but to learn how to live with grace in a world you do not control. That's what this book is all about. It focuses, or it uses as its jumping off point, 12-step spirituality, especially the first 3 steps when we talk about being powerless and we talk about turning our lives over to God as we understand God, and realizing that the true spiritual practice at the heart of 12-step is not turning your life over to God, because you don't have the power to do that. And certainly not turning your life over to God as you understand God, because your understanding of God is just that. It's your understanding of God, and not whatever God may be in and of God's own self. So in this book, I really try to get people engaged in the idea of living without absolute agency, living without absolute control, or actually living with minimal, if any, control. How do you live? So in doing that, I draw extensively on Chinese and Japanese ideas, philosophical ideas from Taoism, Japanese cultural practices in art, in psychotherapy, that are all based on the fact that, because these are Buddhist cultures, they're all based on the fact that you really have no central self that is in control of anything, that you are simply part of the wildness of life. And yet you can live that wildness with grace and gratitude and humility and, in a sense, deep power, just not the power to control. The book is sort of a sequel to my first book on 12-step spirituality, Recovery, the Sacred Art. Last time I looked, this book has sold close to 50,000 copies. I am imagining that the people who bought the first book will reach out and buy the second book as well. The marketing of the book is to people who take 12-step spirituality or 12-step recovery seriously. The aim is to get this book in front of those people who are willing to go more deeply into 12-step practice. And this is done, at least in the past. Barnes & Noble has found the other book successful. They've put it on an end cap. There's a real market for this book that's ready-made. And I'm hoping that we can tap that market again and bring people to an even deeper understanding of 12-step than I did in my first book. So thank you very much for backing me with this, and I hope we are all very successful with it. Thanks.